part 2 of this chapter, and where we shall be today starting off with the concept of business studies. A good day to all of you all, and welcome back to this session. When I talk about the word business, if you see very carefully and very intently, there is a word called busy. Okay? You are kept busy. That means your mind is thinking. Your mind is thinking means you are engaged in some activity. And this activity is an economic activity, which we previously also discussed, that economic activity is an activity which is done to bring money into you, to make profits in a business, of course. So it is an economic activity which is engaged in production, purchase, sale of goods and services. And the concept of business is to earn profits. Later on, towards the end of this particular topic, we shall learn that why profits are so essential. Profits are not just essential to show I have made profits, but profits is an indication that your business is doing well. And once you come to know your business is doing well, you can expand your business further. So the organization pursues various activities of business. Okay, these organizations which pursue all these activities are known as business enterprises or firms. Okay, so whenever we talk about the word enterprises, means it's an organization which is doing business. Okay, they perform functions like production or purchase of goods and services. And see, mind you now, the world is growing in terms of the various products and services which we have got. So marketing becomes a very vital aspect. You have got a lot of competitors, and if you don't market your product well, okay, your competitors are bound to earn more than you. Okay, financing is the bloodline, which I had told you all in the previous video, that everything depends upon finance. Your working capital and your fixed capital. Working capital is that capital which is required for your day-to-day requirements or even your monthly requirements, while as your fixed capital is done so that you increase the size of your business. You purchase assets like machinery, land and building, and so on and so forth. Also, they perform certain functions like the management of human resources. When we talk about the term human resources, it's the most important resource in any enterprise or organization. They can take an organization right to the top, or they can bring the organization from the top to the bottom. So the human resource aspect is a very important aspect which has to be dealt in all business organization. So coming into the concept, we now go to the definition of the word business. Now, what is business? Business is a human activity directed towards producing or acquiring wealth. Now, this definition was told by Louis Haney, and he is ultimately very right in this definition. Of course, humans are required for this activity. Why are they required? They are required for producing. Okay, the producing is goods and services. And because they produce this, they acquire profits where they accumulate wealth. So let us briefly first go through the characteristics of business, and then we shall do this in a little bit of more detail. Okay. First, when we talk about business, it is an economic activity. We had told earlier that what is an economic activity? It is an activity which is done solely to earn profits. Solely to earn money. Okay. The second, it is production and procurement of goods and services. So business means you are dealing in certain goods. Say for example, I have a shop where I sell soaps. So I am buying soaps from the wholesaler or the manufacturer, and I am selling it to the retailer. Those are the consumers. Okay. Sale and exchange of goods and services. So it is not just buying goods and services, but I am also going to sell in order to earn my money. I will add the profit margin, add that price which I have purchased, which is the cost price, I add the profit to that and I sell it off. Now these dealings which are done, they are done on a very regular basis. It is not that today if I feel like doing or no. It is business. If you don't do business properly, your business will go down. There are other various people waiting to enter the market, various people waiting to capture your market. They will do business for you. Okay? The profit motive is very much essential. It is that motive which will keep you alive. It is necessary to look after your overheads in the future, and if you are thinking about expanding or diversifying, profits are very much necessary. Okay? Finally, the most important aspect which you can tell about business is that the returns are uncertain. Okay? You will never get a proper return. Today you can get 2,000, tomorrow you can get 20,000, next day you can get only 20 rupees. Okay? So there is uncertainty of return. Okay? We are going through a patch where there is hardly any business done. Okay? So there is no returns at all. Your current scenario is that we are in a lockdown situation where business has come almost ultimately to nil. Only the provisional stores and the general stores are open, and a little bit of your essential items. The others are not functioning at all. The business is almost zero. And to compensate with the point uncertainty of return, there is an element of risk. Okay, we can never ensure that we are going to have profits, we are going to have losses. Okay, there is a risk which is always existing, and it will exist. So we did the various aspects of business so far. Okay, we did what was finally the definition and the characteristics of business, and we found a lot of important and very interesting facts from that. Now we shift our focus to the next topic from here, which is known as the objectives of business. When we understand the term objective, there is a purpose. Why am I teaching? Why are you studying? Why is that person selling goods on the road? Why is that person selling goods in the shop? Why are people buying from that? There has to be a purpose. So objectives of a business are nothing but a purpose for which a business is conducted. When we categorize objectives, we categorize it into basically two types. One is economic and the other is social. Okay, now economic activities, let's go, economic objectives, let's go through them a little bit fast, and then we shall discuss that in detail. Economic, as we told, it's done solely for the purpose of earning profits. Okay, also you are doing business because you want a hold in the market. You want to be a market leader. You want to see that your products are on the top. Okay, many a time we see that this particular company has reached on the top. So what is your market standing is a very important aspect. Innovation. Innovation is the order of the day. The more you innovate with your products, the more you're bound to get success. And if the people have accepted your creativeness and innovativeness, and it has become very useful for them when they are using the product, you are going to surge ahead in the market. Okay? Now, your resources which are there with you are limited. You need to use these resources in the most proper manner. So there is optimum utilization of resources. So this is another economic objectives. Not only that, you are always thinking about increasing your productivity. Why increasing your productivity? Because you're going to earn more profits, you are going to expand your business, you're going to diversify your business. So these are your economic objectives, just going through that very quickly. Number one is to earn profits. Number two is your market standing position. Number three is innovation. Number four is optimum utilization of resources. And number five is increased productivity. Now what are these? These are economic objectives. Now let's come to social objectives. What is it? What is the meaning of the word social? Social means to deal with the society, to deal with the people in the society. Okay? The society is something which supports a business. So it is essential that the businessman or the organization gives something back to the society. So number one, supply of quality goods and services. They should see that the customers get the proper goods and services, the quality is maintained, because the consumers are the kings. Okay, today they are patronizing your product, they are buying your product, and they will continue to buy. So if you continue with the same quality, the moment your quality deteriorates, you are going to be out of business. Also, you have to look after the employees' welfare, which we shall discuss. Employee welfare means you are providing them certain facilities in an organization, like certain facilities like creche, or amusement facilities or relaxation facilities. So the employees feel that the organization wants them. So this is also a social objective. Okay, social welfare, you are doing things for the society. Okay, like for example, a certain company has opened a cancer hospital. Okay, so they are supporting the cause to eradicate cancer or to reduce it as far as possible. Okay, follow fair trade practices. See that your weights are correct. See that your quality is maintained. See that there is ample amount of packing so that the goods are preserved for a longer period of time. And fifth is that when they are expanding, they are providing employment opportunities. Okay, not only to the abled, but also to the differently abled people in the society. So they keep aside a certain percentage whereby which they are supporting the cause for the society. Okay, so now I come back to the economic objectives with a little bit of more detail than what we had done before. So the first economic objective always is profit earnings. You have to maximize your profits. If you have to survive in your business, you have to maximize, because you never know, there are days where you might not earn at all, there might be no profits, or you might have to live with your losses. Okay, so why is this profits necessary? Number one, survival. You have to survive in business. Initially, you might be selling everything at a cut cost. You are just surviving. Then when people find out that the quality of your goods is good, they are going to buy more. So you're then going to grow. So growth is another aspect. You have to minimize your cost. When you minimize your cost, what happens? You're going to maximize your profits. So minimize your cost and maximize your profits goes hand in hand, and this is there in profits earning. Okay. One of the chief reasons why we need to earn profits is motivation. Today I know that my organization is earning a X amount of money in profits, so I am motivated. I, as an entrepreneur, know that I can do better things. I can diversify. Okay. The next, profits are also necessary. Almost a continuation of the previous point, is for future expansion. Okay, if you want to cut down your cost, you have to expand. When you expand, your cost per unit automatically falls. Okay, and you can also go in for diversification. Profits act as a yardstick to evaluate business performance. Today, when I go to the bank for a loan, the bank will always ask me, how much profits have you made in this year? How much profits have you made in the previous year? Because if I require a loan from the bank, your performance, your profits are very important for evaluating your business performance. There are many people who are helping the business. For example, the creditors and the lenders. The creditors are the people who are giving the goods where you can pay them off later, and lenders are the people who are giving you money. Okay, they always want to see to it that you're earning profits, because when you're earning profits, it is time that you can pay them very easily. Okay, now we come to the second point. The second point of your economic objective, that is market standing. Today, I feel on top of the world when they tell my organization is doing excellently well and this is the organization of the year. So my position is very important, and this is measured by a market share. Now, what is the meaning of the word market share? That means, let's take for example the car industry in India. we have got Maruti Udyog, which is around 46%, which focuses 46% of the share. Hyundai 14.5% and Mahindra around 6.5%. So Maruti Udyog Limited is now the market leader by way of share. The percentage is very high. Okay, when your market standing is good, you can exploit the market potential, you can increase your profits, you can come out with new models, you can come out with new innovation, and last but not the least, when your market standing is good, you can improve the quality of your product. And once your quality of your product improves, there are a certain segment of the society or consumer who believe that quality has to be maintained. From here, I go to the third aspect in economic objective, that is innovation. Innovation is the order of the day, as told earlier. Okay, and if you want to survive in a market where there is a lot of ups and downs, innovation has to be done. Okay, there is something which is known as a first mover. Anything happening, your organization has come out with that technology, with that particular product first. Okay, you are adapting the changes in the technology, that is innovation. The consumers, you are following up with the consumers' taste and preferences. And once you're following up with the consumers' taste and preferences, you're introducing new ideas to produce, to market, to sell your product, to distribute your products and services. Okay, so this was your point number 3 in economic objectives. Point number 4 is productivity. Okay, always we have an equation. One is your inputs and the other is your outputs. So we always compare the value of the output with the value of the input, which measures the efficiency in the utilization of the business resources. For successful survival and continuous growth, productivity is essential. We need to optimize our resources, so the resources have to be utilized properly, and we have to see to it there is minimum amount of wastage. When we reduce our cost, automatically our profits are high. Okay, not only optimum utilization of resources, but we also have to make sure that our machinery, our production aspects also have to be taken care. They have to be efficient, because if your machinery is efficient, then your production gets underway very easily. Also, you have to talk about your finance and your human resources, which are the very important aspects of an entire business. Okay, coming to the next point in economic objectives is your physical and financial resources. Now, mentioned always and will always be mentioned in the future, capital or finance is the lifeblood of business. It just survives because there is capital. We require 2 types of capital, which we shall be doing in much more detail in the months ahead. That is working capital and fixed capital. Working capital is that capital which is required for the day-to-day requirements of an organization, while as fixed capital is that capital which is required for expanding your business, for buying new machinery, for buying new equipment, for buying new land, so that you're expanding your business. It is required to acquire all the necessary resources for the production and purchase and distribution of goods and services. Timely availability of adequate funds and other physical resources is a must so that you survive in business. Okay, so this is another important aspect. Now we finish off with the economic objectives and we quickly shift our focus to social objectives. As discussed earlier with a brief recap, social objectives are those objectives which help the society. Okay, you're thinking about the society also. A business doesn't have to concentrate always on the economic objectives. It has to also concentrate on the social objectives. The number one point which we need to discuss in social objectives is the supply of desired goods and services. Okay, when these are supplied properly, the quality is good, the customer is satisfied, okay, and the proper quantity is there. See, we should never cheat the customers. Okay, we should see that the quantity which is specified in the label of a product is also there. There are certain products which the consumers always look has to be certified, like the ISI mark or the FPO mark. Okay, so these all, or the AG mark in the agricultural products, or the hallmark in case of jewelry. So all these things have to be specified. Okay, and when these have got a particular standard, automatically you will get those consumers who are buying your particular product. Secondly, practice good social and fair trade practices. Avoid black marketing and hoarding. There are certain traders who will not sell goods when there is a shortage, and they sell it when the prices go up, so that they earn a higher amount of profits. So all these things should be avoided if you have got a little bit of humanity in yourself. Not only that, in one of the social objectives, we focus on employment opportunities. What are employment opportunities? These give rise to jobs to people. If people get jobs, automatically their spending power increases. If their spending power increases, the production will become more. If the production become more, automatically the national income of the country is going to increase. So employment opportunity is given, as I told you, not only for the abled but also for the differently abled. Okay. One of the other social objectives is welfare of the employees. Now, we are thinking in two aspects. One is the productivity aspect and the profitability aspect. Okay. Now, we shall give bonus to the employees if we are earning good profits, and also distribute them accordingly. Okay. There are certain organizations which have creche facilities, they have recreation facilities, and finally we come to the fifth point in social objective, that is social welfare. It is not necessary for an organization to retain all its profits. Okay, some amount of profits they have to put it for a social cause. They have to diversify their profits, and these are for good social causes. Okay, they say some of them have set up educational institutions, some of them have set up charitable hospitals, some of them have set up units where research and development is done in the field of agriculture. So this is something which you need to think about. So we talk about this term called profit. Profit is when your income is greater than your expenses. Okay? The role of profit in business is very vital. We were discussing about this right throughout. Okay? Of course, it is not the main objective, but it is one of the most important objectives. If a business has to survive, if a business has to go ahead, profit is a very important aspect. And we have to deal with it. We have to see that our organization grows, and when the organization grows, it can be measured in pure terms of profit. Now let's understand profit. Why is it required? First of all, it is a reward for bearing risk. Okay, you have undertaken the risk. Since you have undertaken the risk, you are earning profits. Okay, if you are not undertaken the risk, you would have not earned. Of course, there was a good possibility that you could have earned losses also, because there is uncertainty and the risk factor is always there in business. Profit is also used to measure your efficiency. Efficiency basically means how well you are doing. Efficiently means how good you are producing your goods within your limited resources. You are making optimum utilization of your resources. So profit is a very important aspect to see how good you are doing in terms of your efficiency. Not only that, profit also sees to it that you build credit worthiness. Once a bank or a financial institution knows that you are earning profits constantly, they will not hesitate in giving you loans. Of course, provided all your documents are in order. So you get loans and finance very easily from this banks and financial institution. That means you are building your credit worthiness. So profits is a very important aspect. Also, if you want to grow in the future, you want to expand, profits are necessary that you survive at this particular stage. Okay, so in order that your future is good, in order that you want to expand in your future, you want to diversify, it is necessary that you have profits, because if you retain your profits, from your profits you can expand into other businesses. Going to the last aspect of the role of profit, survival. If you need to survive, you need to have profits. Profits are very, very, very important. Today, if the business has got its retained earnings or earnings from its past years which it has kept aside, it becomes very helpful at the time when they are going through periods of uncertainty. Okay, so the role of profit is basically not the main objective, but it is one of the most important objective. It is necessary for bearing the risk. It is necessary for measuring your efficiency. It builds creditworthiness. It facilitates future growth, and survival is another important aspect.